Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will learn how to use VLOOKUP, one of Excel's most essential and widely used functions for searching data. Before we get into the details of how to use it, there are some key things you should keep in mind to ensure that VLOOKUP works smoothly for you. To begin with, it's important to remember that VLOOKUP always searches for a value in the first column of the selected range. This means that if your data spans multiple columns, the lookup value must be placed in the very first column of the table array. If it's not, the function won't be able to find it. It's a simple rule, but one that ensures the function operates properly every time. Another crucial aspect to understand about VLOOKUP is that it can only return data from columns that are to the right of the lookup column. So, if the information you need to retrieve is located in a column to the left of your lookup column, VLOOKUP won't be able to pull it. In such cases, alternatives like index and match or XLOOKUP might be more suitable. When using VLOOKUP, you'll also need to provide a column index number, which tells Excel which column's value you want to retrieve from the table array. This number represents the position of the column within the selected range, 1 for the first column, 2 for the second, and so on. You'll need to ensure you choose the correct column index number based on where the data you want to retrieve is located. VLOOKUP also operates in two different modes: exact match and approximate match. To ensure that the function gives you accurate results, you should always use the exact match option by setting the last argument to false. If this argument is left out or set to true, Excel will perform an approximate match. However, approximate matches only work correctly when the first column of your table is sorted in ascending order. Another important thing to remember is that VLOOKUP always returns the first match it finds. This means that if there are any duplicate values in the lookup column, the function will stop at the first occurrence and ignore any others. So, it's something to keep in mind if your data has multiple identical entries. It's also worth noting that VLOOKUP is not case sensitive. Whether you type your lookup value in uppercase, lowercase, or a combination of both, VLOOKUP will treat them as the same. This makes it easier to work with data that may not have consistent capitalization. With all of these essential rules in mind, let's now look at how you can use VLOOKUP effectively in your work. Let's say we have a data table containing employee names and their salaries, and we want to use VLOOKUP to select a specific worker and find their salary. First, we need to add data validation to the employee column. To do this, go to the Data tab, select Data Validation, and choose List. Then select the range with the employee names. Now we can start typing the VLOOKUP function. In cell B2, type =VLOOKUP and open parentheses. The first argument in the formula is the value we're looking for, which should always be in the first column of the table, so that's our employee name. The second argument is the table array, which should be the entire data range, excluding the headers. The third argument is the column number from which we want to retrieve data. Here, we'll use 5 because we want to get the salary, which is in the 5th column of our table. The last argument specifies whether we want an exact match or an approximate match. Since we want the exact salary, we'll set this argument to false. Note that you could also type 1 for true, approximate match, and 0 for false, exact match. But we'll use false for an exact match. Once you close the parentheses, you'll have the salary of the selected worker, which will change dynamically whenever you select a different name from the data validation list. Next, let's take it a step further and create a dynamic VLOOKUP. In this example, we'll want the column to be dynamic, meaning that the data we retrieve can change based on the column we choose. This can be done by combining VLOOKUP with the match function. To start, go to cell L11 and type =VLOOKUP. As before, the first parameter is the value we're looking for, which is again the name in cell L3. Since we'll be dragging the formula later, it's important to lock this reference by pressing F4. The second parameter is the table array, which we'll select as the range of data excluding headers, and again we'll lock it with F4. You can use Ctrl+Shift+Right and Ctrl+Shift+Down to quickly select the entire table. The third parameter is the column number we want to retrieve, but this time we'll use match to make the column dynamic. To do this, type match and open parentheses. The first argument of the match function is the value we're matching, which will be the header name, such as age or department. To lock the row reference, press F4 twice. The second argument is the range where we'll look for the match, which is the row containing the headers. Again, lock this reference with F4. The third argument is the match type, and we'll set it to 0 for an exact match. Remember, match is not case sensitive, so it will work regardless of whether the header is written in uppercase or lowercase. Once we've closed the parentheses for the match function, we finish the VLOOKUP formula by setting the last argument to false for an exact match. Now, when you drag the formula to the right, you'll see that the value dynamically changes based on the column you choose. To ensure that the match function is working correctly, you can always select the match part of the formula and press F9 to see which column number it returns. For example, if it returns 3, that means we're pulling data from the third column. We can also use this same method with arrays. To demonstrate, I'll copy the formula from cell L11 and paste it into cell L14. This time, instead of using match for the column, we'll manually enter the column numbers inside curly braces. For this example, I'll include the columns for ID, country, units sold, and sales, which are located in columns 2, 7, 9, and 10. Once we close the curly braces and press Enter, the formula will return an array of results without the need to drag the formula. Before we wrap up, there's one important thing to consider. If new data is added to the table, the VLOOKUP formula may not pick it up if the range is fixed. To make the formula dynamic and ensure it accounts for any added rows, we can convert the range into a table. To do this, click anywhere within the data range. Press Ctrl+A to select the entire range. Then go to the Insert tab and select Table. Make sure the option for My Table Has Headers is checked and click OK. Feel free to give your table a name or leave it as it is. Now you can reference the table name directly in your VLOOKUP formula, and it will automatically adjust to include any new data you add. For example, if you add a new employee to the list and type their name in cell L3, the formula will correctly return their salary thanks to the dynamic table. Finally, here's a quick bonus tip. If the value you're looking for isn't found in the list, VLOOKUP will return a number not available error. To fix this, you can use an if-error statement to display a custom message instead of the error. Just wrap the VLOOKUP formula with if-error, and in the second argument, specify what you want to display when there's an error, such as value not found. Close the parentheses, and you've successfully handled the error. Before we finish, remember that you can always refer to the formula bar to understand what each parameter of the VLOOKUP function is for. It will help you gain a deeper understanding of how the function works. And that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Excel tutorials. See you next time with more exciting content.